post office is downstream a mile. These guys are 2 miles off. We're going by the old method. We've already used up the 3 miles that you guys want to push through or extend through our property. This is all historical information that should have been looked at. But for some reason, this is probably the first time we've ever been able to display it publicly.
So Jim, on the Alta Placer map,
Yes.
there's the Hughes Creek and the South Fork. Can you point that out to me?
Which number is that flat?
7301.
What are you referring to, Greg? I'm sorry, the South Fork?
The junction of Hughes Creek and South Fork.
Junction of Hughes Creek and South Fork. Someone else is gonna have to help me out on that one. Charlene?
That's somewhere in
They
here.
referred to the South Fork. The West Fork was called the South Fork at that time. So that's what that's referring to. At that time and date, there were different names for every one of these canyons than what we call them nowadays.
Jay provided us with a
Right,
with
and
a
that
sheet.
should explain it quite.
Well, because we're talking about the post office and that
Right.
it,
Let's talk about that post office for a minute.
let me finish with,
Sure.
as far as this letter from Department of Interior in 1905, so date's a little skewed from,
Okay.
but it talks about owing to its location at the junction of Hughes Creek and South Fork, adjoining the last chance claim.
Okay.
And so the last chance claim is located where compared to the Alta?
The last chance claim was a claim on the South Fork. And it would be to the south side and surrounding the South Fork. It wasn't patented as a mineral claim, it was later incorporated into a homestead.
Well, because in this letter, the Department of Interior says the Alta Post Office is located there at the junction of Hughes Creek and South Fork, and
Right.
assuming,
Well, I have an explanation for that.
which is now called Mine Creek, if I'm,
What?
No, now Mine Creek is farther
well,
up.
that's what you're,
Hughes Creek.
South Fork is now
Oh,
called
well, Mine Creek was referred to as South Fork at one time
At
too.
one time too, so
South
you
Hughes
have to
Creek.
know where you're at when these names are coming up.
And that's where I'm trying to, I'm trying to figure out where I'm at. So,
Yeah, let's not go out on a map survey with him.
I didn't hear you, Char.
Wait,
Don't you have a letter inferring the moving of the post office?
I do.
P-Drive, public directory. Public and what?
Yeah, that's the plan, and then that Hughes Creek over on that.
So let's just take a look at this. Everyone's wondering where this dang post office is, but I can tell you, it's irrelevant according to the federal patent laws, but let's talk about it. So, right there, look at that, the Alpha Post Office is right there. That's in 1905. So, now we have two different dates, show the post office in different places. Yes,
That's what that says, I couldn't read.
I don't think I provided you a copy of this, but this is a filing.
That one?
Yeah, if you wanna open that up. Here's one thing that when I was going through trying to determine as well. So you've got Alta Post Office site, says it was opened in 1888, closed 5/15/1940. And then it gives the lat long on the map there. And if you punch those into, you can punch those into coordinates into Google Earth, Harry, to see where that brings it up at.
I'm not sure they had Google Earth back then, did they? Yeah. Could you read that, Chris? Just. I know,
And measure fair
So this is the coordinates for the Alta Post
Try
Office
these and see,
established in
'cause I've never done it.
1880.
I have a question for you, if it's okay. This is a source from the Forest Service, and hey, they've been working against us in this whole process. How do we know that this is actually authentic? There needs to be historical documents to prove this. Anybody from the Forest Service could have made this map.
Well, this, I think this clears it up right here, Dave.
We don't have a copy of that,
What
No.
is, what are you looking at?
This also came out of the Bat Cave too. So, this is a description of a middle filing, and it references the Alpha Post Office where now situated. He underlined it. Why would you do that? Now situated? Tells me it wasn't always where it is right there. Now we have 3 different dates in different locations of the post office. The thing moved around, Jeff, that's the only explanation. It moved around. I don't think to this day, anyone can really tell me exactly where it was on June of 1900. But we're close, we're within 6 months with that US Geological Survey map. If anyone's got any other information that proves otherwise, I'd like to see it. We have historical evidence as to where it was close to the date and time. And we know that the post office moved. How many times did the post office move in that area? I heard 4 or 5 different times throughout its lifespan. Maybe more. You know, it's not like the government came in and said, we're gonna build a post office here today. Didn't happen back then. Postmaster assumed the duties as the in the post office in his home. Put out some pigeonholes there, and said, come get your mail. And stuff it in here and you come get
So
it.
which argument are you gonna pick are you gonna pick that there is no jurisdiction, or do we wanna argue based on what's on the ground today? Because
I've already,
hearing both sides.
I'm saying because of the patent issues, where this road is, how long it is, where the post office is, where Mill Gulch is, where Alder Gulch is totally irrelevant. So, the argument's up to you. If you want me to inform you on the information that we have here, that's fine. If not, that's fine too. But
Is the Hecla placer part of the Woods mining claims?
it belonged to John, Humble.
But it was not part of the Woods,
No.
okay? So I remember a big discussion about to or through of the Woods placer mining claim. So would you argue or agree that then the gate, just based on that, is not in the correct spot if you go to, because the gate right now doesn't even make it to the Woods placer
Well,
claim, and at minimum, I think even for your petition, that the gate is up at the Woods placer mining claim boundary, which would put it at the Jim Plat, because I think the Jim placer is the first Woods claim.
correct.
Okay.
Yes. Well, if you wanna use that argument, I guess, say that it goes to the Woods placer, I guess you'd have to include the Heckle. But if you're gonna use the argument of jurisdiction, and you lost the time frame to file an adverse claim, then no, doesn't matter. But, let's talk about that. What if we could reverse someone's interpretation of that petition? So let's say somebody's standing at the Jim Placer, and they wanna reference some mileage to, let's say, the mouth of Hughes Creek or the post office. I have here an affidavit that's signed by a prospector who's familiar with the area, it's all part of the patent process. And he's talking about Mountain Guide. Jim Placer mining claims are situated on Hughes Creek in the organized mining district of Ravalli County, about 12 miles northeast of the post office at Alta, Montana. You just used up your 12 miles right there getting to the Jim Placer. According to this, would you like to see that? You got a copy of it, you want?
I think one thing that, the point you were making earlier was mileage back then may not be exactly accurate. One thing that I think you could point to was a specific reference to a claim boundary. Yes, no? I don't know, I'm asking a question. We've kinda argued about Alta post office location, exact mileage on how they measured mileage back then. But would we agree that the Woods Placer mining claim was in a?
Isn't that what the petition that we were lured into doing was about? Which is bad legal advice, by the way. Thank you, Warden Payne. Anybody in here from Warden Payne? So, we used a 1965 document which we thought was in our favor. Turns out it really goofed us up here because, can you go to that, Harry? Maybe. You remember this document? Been a few years.
Down here, is that right?
Go back up.
Up at the top right
Right,
corner.
right there. Kind of blurry.
What is that document?
Well, that document is a maintenance agreement to, I'm gonna pull this down off of here, cause I can't read it from here.
You cannot make copies very well.
Oh, thanks. Oh, sorry, Terry. We'll have the whole place tore up before we're done here. Yeah. Yeah, this is the right one. So whereas the United States Forest Service has requested the realignment and reconstruction of 9 miles of Ravalli County Road number 96D, the Hughes Creek Road, starting at the junction of said road with West Fork Road, Ravalli County Road number 96, and ending at the west boundary of 5883. That's what triggered everybody to go, well, hey, we've got a county document here. Says that's where it ends, at 5883. That's the Jim Placer.
Is that this one here?
Yep, there you go.
There you go.
I believe the county attorney at the time says, well, this document ain't valid. That don't mean anything. What do you mean it doesn't mean anything? Oh, they can't abandon the road. Well, they didn't abandon the road, they just figured out where the end of the road was, based with what information they had at the time. And it's a heck of a lot different than 11.8 miles. This, I hope that answers your question, Jeff. Yes, at one time with this argument, we thought that the boundary was at the Jim Placer, 5883, because of this county document.
No, I think it was the petition to establish is what had to the Woods Placer.
That language is in
Commencing
there
at the
too,
post
yeah.
office, and that's the document that essentially established the road.
Okay. Right, and this would coincide with that language, because 5883 takes you to the Woods Placer, the first one. See what I'm saying?
If I may interrupt,
Were you done at this point, Jay, or did you have anything else to present?
this is just to support what Jay's been bringing.
Okay, so at this point, we'll open it up for public comment, and again, if you can come up to the microphone, state your name for the record.